Shiny. The shiny object syndrome is when you are constantly chasing new opportunities, new trends, or new ideas just because they're there in front of you without even evaluating whether or not it provides you any benefit at all. And because of that, it creates nothing but distraction, stress, overwhelm, and just like a puppy dog running through a toy store, they're constantly getting distracted by all the toys, which is the exact same thing that you'd be going through because you have a lack of focus. Have you experienced the shiny object syndrome yourself? Well, if you have, make sure to put it in the comments below so we can talk about it. The shiny object syndrome goes deep because it's more than just personally. Even business owners run into the same problem as well, and especially entrepreneurs or infopreneurs, the one that are trying to start a business online from home. Why? Because there's so many options that are out there in order to make money online, do better on social media, increase your sales, paid advertisements, that there's just an endless amount. So once you start on any journey, the second there's another opportunity out there, is their newness of whatever product they just bought begins to wear off. They never actually finish that one, and they just keep jumping to the same one over and over. This is awful because not only is it preventing you from getting to your goals because you're not staying committed to what you've invested in, but it's also extremely expensive because every program you buy that you don't implement just ends up creating a course backlog that you never actually get to. That's actually called a course graveyard. Now, the best way to overcome and prevent or cure the shiny object syndrome is to focus on putting on blinders and getting focused on your priorities. If you spend time chasing new things, then you'll never actually get to what you want to get to. So what we're going to go over today is covering the 5 ways to overcome the shiny object syndrome issue. The first one is to create better goals. This means that you need to create SMART goals. A SMART goal is an acronym where the S stands for specific, meaning that it needs to be very clear, such as I plan to lose 30 pounds of weight in the next 20 days, compared to just saying I want to lose weight. The M stands for measurable. Again, if your goal is too vague, you're not actually going to make progress. So you need to find some sort of statistic that you can use. If you're in the online world trying to start a business, the goal should be setting a specific number of posts for your social media channels, or actually making a certain amount of money by a certain time. The A stands for attainable. If you set a goal that's way too far off, you're going to get discouraged from it very quickly because it's going to seem like such a huge gap to get to that you'll never actually get there. For example, most people jump online, the first thing they want to say is, I want to make $10,000 a month or $100,000 a year or $1 million a year. Those are huge goals. Are they obtainable? Absolutely. However, you got to start smaller. Shoot for something realistic. Maybe it's $100 a week or $10 a day, but start small, and every single time you hit that goal, it will give you momentum in order to build on to the next one. So if you start off at $10, then it becomes $50, then $100, then $200, and so on and so forth. The R falls into the same category as well because it needs to be realistic. Making goals realistic allows you to stay focused and to the point in order to make sure you're getting to your end vision. And then lastly is the T, is it needs to be time boxed. What this means is that you need to be able to jump into a specific goal and know that there is a urgency of having to get it done. For example, if I just say I want to lose 30 pounds, but there's no end date to it, I'm never going to hit it because humans instinctively procrastinate. A goal without a date is really just a hope, and hope is not a plan. So put some sort of time box around it, whether it is a certain number of days, weeks, or even months, but whatever it is, make sure there is an official date. Number 2 is to get an accountability partner. Anytime you're starting into the online world as an entrepreneur, you're going to run into a variety of new things to experiment with. Technology is always changing, and there is an endless amount of options on how to scale and work on your business. This means that your time is your most valuable asset. Since your time is so limited, what tends to happen is you end up having tons of unfinished projects because of the shiny object syndrome, because you're not managing your time effectively, and because of that, you never actually get to see progress or scale your business. In order to cure this, you need to find an accountability person or group. An accountability person is somebody that's going to hold you accountable and check in with you to make sure you're actually on track for your goals. A great example of this is a personal trainer. When you hire a personal trainer, they're not only giving you the nutrition plans or the workouts that you're going to follow, but they're actually going to follow up with you and make sure that you actually hit it. As an example, while they're right there with you, if you're trying to do 8 reps and you're at 7 and beginning to give up, what do? They start talking to you, they motivate you. That is where they really make their money. Same thing for an accountability group. A group is something like a Facebook group where everybody's holding each other accountable to where each week they are saying, hey, this is what I'm going to complete this week, and then from there they actually accomplish it. Those that don't end up going through a public flogging because they have already committed to a group of people that this is what they're going to do, and human nature means that they really don't want to let people down, and that guilt actually helps them get closer to hitting their goals because they don't want to let people down, which makes them more accountable. Number 3 is that no is your friend. We live in a world where we want to appease everybody, and the answer is usually yes, or if you're from the South of the United States, then Southern hospitality kicks in where you just avoid the question or say, oh yeah, sure, but you never actually get to getting something in place. So instead, just say no. Stop wasting your time chasing the shiny objects. Don't waste your time, don't waste your energy. When you have clarity on what your goals are by creating a SMART goal and a clear path of what you need to follow, it's much easier to say no because you're not doubting yourself and you've set your own boundaries, which means that you're going to be focused on getting to where you need to go. Now, the first couple of times you ever say no, it is very hard to do, especially if it is in person. So the best way to do this is to literally get practice on it. It's okay, because the first couple of times you do it and you realize that saying no is not the ends of the world or there aren't repercussions for doing those sorts of changes, it'll become easier and easier. Number 4 is to put on a blindfold or your blinders, so that way you can never see the bright, shiny objects. Again, you're going to be bombarded by endless amounts of opportunities, new technologies, new techniques in order to make your business grow online. As you get these right in front of you, what you need to start asking yourself is, what result are you really trying to achieve? If you're already hunting down a specific goal and you're on the right track, and you know it's going to get you closer to what you're trying to achieve, and that you understand the opportunity and the time requirement that already goes into it, then you're not going to be interested in all these other shiny objects because you've already committed to yourself. As an example, if you're starting a channel on YouTube, you can give yourself 6 months by creating that SMART goal, in which case you know that for 6 months it is your only focus. And so if you're going to be focused for 6 months, then you don't care about any of the other advertisements or things that you're seeing because you are already on the right path. Number 5 is to stop comparing yourself to others. We're humans, and our human nature is to compare ourselves to somebody else. If somebody else has a really nice car and we don't, we wonder how they got it, or we wish we had that. Or if somebody has a boat or more money, or they retire early, or they're able to go on more vacation more often. Whatever it is, we are instinctively always comparing ourselves to others. However, this is going to get you stuck because you're going to constantly be spinning on that hamster wheel, trying to figure out how to do new and exciting things to keep up with the Joneses. This sometimes spreads into imposter syndrome because you feel stuck. The quickest way that you can get over the comparison issue is to begin to appreciate everybody else. When someone gets a promotion or is doing better than you, celebrate them and be genuinely happy for them, just like they should be happy for you when you accomplish a goal. When you accept this and you begin to focus on yourself and your own improvement, you begin to see a huge change, because instead of worrying about what everybody else is, you're looking at yourself, to where if you look back 6 months ago at who you were before, if you're better today than you were 6 months ago, then that's improvement and that's something to be proud of. Each time you improve, you are literally beginning to create that exponential improvement curve that will get you all of your dreams and desires because you're getting into the right mindset and believing in yourself, which grows your self-confidence. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Do you chase bright, shiny objects? Are you using any of these tips in order to overcome them? Let us know in the comments below and we'll interact with you. We're excited to talk with you. If you're interested in discovering more about how to build a business to make money online in the most automated way possible, then be sure to check out the link in the description to get instant access to key tips that will help jumpstart your journey. Now, if you really want to maximize your success with these approaches, make sure to click on this video here to learn more about how to make money online so you can work from home full time. Here's to your success.